Yo, what's up, everyone? It's your boy Jack Goats to Go. You either know or you don't. So, no intro again. I'm gonna probably do a lot of videos in this format just because I'm a little too busy to be editing a crap ton of crap. But yeah, it's just a good way to keep putting out content for you guys without, breaking my sleep cycle. Anyway, so I wanted to talk about this last page of the most recent chapter of Black Clover. This is kind of weird, right? So a lot of people have been pointing out how, like, Xenon's scar is missing, but no one's really talking about how Dante is completely blacked out, as if we haven't seen him already. So this does make me wonder what's going on, because we have Vonica over here, very clearly Vonica, and then Xenon's missing his mark, and Dante's blacked out. So 2 out of these 3 things isn't right, and that could be maybe one of 2 things. For at least Xenon's mark missing, right, is either a complete mistake on their part, which I do highly doubt. Black Clover has been pretty intentional all the way up to this chapter, so we will probably see what's going on. And the fact that Dante is blacked out is what's concerning me the most. So, to keep things consistent, I want to try and make it make sense as far as like what I've been saying on this channel, and then we can go into some other possibilities. So the first possibility, in line with the theories I've been coming up with thus far, is that Dante's triad is actually Belphegor. And the reason I bring up Belphegor again, even though I did say in the last Black Clover talk that due to the plans that they showed, Lucifer is probably his demon. I should be pulling up that other picture, but I don't know where it is. It's another video in and of itself. I'll get into it maybe in the next one. But in the plan, it shows the circle where Yami and William are, and then the triad are spread out in a triangle outside of that perimeter. And that corresponds to something that is also in the Kabbalah that refers to 4 worlds. And yeah, like I said, it's a bigger conversation for another video. Let me know if you guys do want to hear about it. I haven't looked too much into it, but it is interesting what I did find. But if we go with the Belphegor theory, what I'm thinking here is that it's a little bait and switch. That the demon Belphegor / Dante shapeshifted. Now remember when I said Belphegor, his triad is in the clip-off called Tigirian, or Tigirian, I think it's called. Something like that. Where things like shapeshifting would be possible. These are the concealers of God, which means they can hide their true form, which is something I got into about how the silhouette that Dante sees when talking to Lucifero is actually the silhouette of Lucifer. I just don't believe that he is Lucifer due to the reasoning of him being part of the actual triad when you look at the Tree of Death. So if we're going to look from left to right, we have Vonica. That is Vonica, I'm pretty sure. And then if you ask me why Xenon's mark is missing, I'm going to tell you that this is actually Dante / Belphegor. And then if we look at the silhouette, this could actually just be Xenon. And what they're doing here is a bait and switch. Now, remember, they've known for a long time that there's been a spy in the Spade Kingdom. So they knew that an attack was going to come, no matter what the situation was. And the fact that everything played out into their hand as they needed it, they knew this was coming. They knew an attack was coming. They just didn't know exactly when it would come. So the next best thing to do is spice things up, throw a little razzle-dazzle in there, and then do a little bait and switch. because you know that the incoming team is going to have teams prepared to take you down specifically. It's not going to be mismatches. They are going to match themselves up with a triad that they think they can win against. And we see that Yuno and Longreese are specifically training for Xenon. And honestly, Jack and Noct would be a great duo for Dante. But if they pull a bait and switch, Longreese and Yuno are going to be completely off guard because they have not been training. Hey, McDonald's. They have not been training for Dante at all. So this is going to throw a little wrench in things. It's going to make these matchups even harder. That's what I feel like. Now, to get into another possibility, it's definitely possible that these are maybe other disciples. A little, again, I'm going to stick with the whole bait and switch thing. I do not think that the editors made a huge mistake of leaving out Xenon's marking and then blacking out Dante for no reason. Let's stay consistent with the series. They haven't made many mistakes like this, if any, in the manga. So we have to think of other possibilities of why this could be happening. And like I said, this could be other disciples. Now, what's cool about the three of these siblings is that they have blood, body, and bone magic, which is pretty much everything you need for to make a body. This is something that I went over so long ago. I think it was do I want to say, yeah, it's been about a year ago. That was pointed out already. However, the way I referenced it was that they could provide the demons' bodies via their magic, because there's still a matter of when they open the gates of Clip-Off, these demons are going to need a body. They're not walking out of Clip-Off, because we see Zagrid, he escaped Clip-Off, but he was in an ethereal form. He was able to manipulate things and people, but he did not have his own body, which is why he had this whole plan to get his own body. So I do still believe that their magic is going to serve the purpose of bringing flesh and bone to the demons that do end up coming out. And so with that said, these could definitely be doppelgangers, given the fact, like I just said, their magic creates blood, flesh, and bone, and blood. So they could make some decoys, I would assume, if they put their magic together, and still have this bait and switch theme happening. So those are just a few possibilities. I did want to talk about it really quick. Either way this happens, it's going to be really interesting. But however, I do think this is a bait and switch and not a mistake on the writer's part. So in the next coming chapters, we got to look at, what's actually going to be happening. Things are going to get really crazy really fast. So let's keep our eyes peeled. Hit me up on Twitter if you would like to. And yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this. Let me know in the comment section below what you think's going on. This has been Jack OATz to go. You either know or you don't.